Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Moodle Academy webinar, Get a Moodle Test Site Without a Tech Skills. I'm Anna Krasa. I'm an education advisor in Moodle Academy. And today with us, we have Sara Ariona, developer at Moodle, and Julia Verdager, also content designer, a colleague too here in Moodle. So the floor is yours, and we look forward.
Thank you, Anna. We are happy to be here. And just for us to know if you are there, if we are not alone, we want to start asking you some questions. It's going to be quick. It's just 3 questions for knowing you a little bit more. First question is this one. Do you use Moodle in any capacity? And we are going to use Google. You can access to the Google link that Julia shared in the chat. And I'm going to share the Google link here, and let's start with the first question. So should be easy. You should only access to this link that Julia shared and then answer these questions. We should see, okay, we are not alone, Julia. Yeah. The first one is, do you use Moodle in any capacity? So people familiarized with Moodle, we will expect everybody in this meeting will say yes, unless you have never used Moodle or heard about Moodle, or it's even a yes for students or. So yeah, everybody should answer yes. Okay, people is going there. So yeah, we have for 15s. Okay. Okay, let's go for the next question. They might be tricky questions, but we want to know better who you are. Next one is, if you consider yourself a technical Moodle user. Yeah, here it's where probably we have kind of different opinions, and it's weird because probably most of the people here should say that no, but sometimes they are yes. It's like, for instance, you can consider technical if you are able to run PHAT or PHP unit test, or sometimes it's about developing plugins, but maybe knowing a lot of how to configure plugins might also be considered technical. So sometimes it's tricky to know if you are technical or not. If I ask this to Julia, I'm not sure what she probably will say that no.
Yeah, I would say no.
No. Yeah, okay, but you have been able to push some code to Moodle. So yeah, for me, this is a technical thing. So yeah, sometimes it's not that easy, but yeah, you can see, okay, 11 yes, technical, but no 7, it's okay. The session that we are going to give you today, it's suitable for everybody, technical and not technical. We want it especially for non-technical, but we think that everybody will take advantage of this session. So let's go for the third question. It's like, have you ever installed a Moodle site in a server? So yeah, probably here most of the developers will say yes, but then the people that usually don't need to install Moodle locally, they will say no. Probably Julia, what do you answer to this one, Julia?
Now yes.
Okay.
But it used to be no.
Okay, so this session is about this. The idea is that at the end of this session, everybody here should be able to install their own Moodle site server easily. You will see that you only need to have an account and to know how to click and have a browser. So it's going to be super easy. So let's go back. I'm happy because there are people that are technical. There are people that have installed Moodle and there are people that not. Everybody, it's like, again, this session is suitable for everybody, also for technical people, because you will see that you can also use this tool for some development stuff. Okay, so let's continue with the presentation. Let's go back it. And over to you, Julia.
Okay. So like Sarah said at the end of this presentation, everyone in the call should be able to install a Moodle site on a server, which I can do now, but I couldn't do a few months ago. So how this whole project began, this is a story of collaboration between a technical Moodle user, in this case Sarah, and me, a non-technical Moodle user who needed some specific technical things from Moodle. So to give a bit of context, I need to start by explaining what my job at Moodle is. Sarah, if you want to go. Cool. I'm a content designer. So what is content design? The job of a content designer is to create clear, purposeful, and user-centered content that helps people navigate and succeed with Moodle products. We do this by giving users the right information in the right way and at the right time to support their goals and the things they need to do. And of course, the ultimate goal is to ensure that content and structure align with user needs, and that's why we collaborate very closely with our UX designers and researchers. As part of the content design job, we also take care of UX writing. Sarah, if you want to move. Thanks. So what is UX writing? UX writing is writing the actual words that you all see on the Moodle interface, on the interface of our product. So things like setting names and descriptions, error messages, confirmation messages, buttons, form labels, notifications, etc. So in certain smaller projects, like let's say a developer is working on something, they sometimes get in touch with content designers to ask for our help or feedback with a small piece of text, for example, an error message or a button. And even though developers do their best to share all the context that they can around these particular words that they need help with, sometimes the context that they can share is not enough for us to understand the whole context. And this means that, there used to be a lot of back and forth messages between us. Like, Sarah, if you want to share the next screen. Okay, for example, here I'm asking a developer, could you please provide a screenshot of one of the errors just to see where and how it appears? Or, any suggestions for improving this wording? And I had to ask, okay, where and when does that appear? Or it's another example. Yeah, this particular example was for an error message where I had to understand how the user has arrived here and what they can do to solve it. Now, even though this is time consuming, this is also very necessary, because if we want to create useful content, we need to know when, why, and where the content appears. So like I said, this is a story of collaboration. And one day I was chatting to Sarah about this and, how I wish it was easier for me to test things that were in development without having to have my own local Moodle, because, that is also probably time consuming for me. Luckily, when I had this chat with Sarah, Project Week was coming.
Project Week, it's something that we are lucky to have in Moodle. It's something that happens every major release, so twice per year. Next Project Week will happen after around mid-April, which will be after 5.0 release. It's 1 week that we can spend working on our personal projects. They can be related or not with Moodle, and they didn't happen at the same time. It's like we have one full sprint, and people decide the week they want to spend working on the project they want to spend, and then at the end of this sprint, we showcase them. So apart from learning or showing what we have done, we can also learn from what others have done and have nice ideas. For you to know some examples of things that were born during Project Weeks is, for instance, we have the upgrade icon library that Sabina Avellan, one of our UX designers, were working on during. I think she took 2 different Project Weeks to upgrade, to review all the icons that we have in core and improve them to make them consistent. We have also some improvements in core, like the availability completion option, the previous activity thing that Ferran integrated a few years ago, I think. We have also the payment gateway subsystem that Shamim developed as Project Week, and right now it's integrated, and there are some payment plugins that have been created after this. We have June, who create, and it's maintaining the 360 plugin. It was created during 1 Project Week, and he's still maintaining it in the following Project Weeks. And we have also, it's not always only about plugins or features that we have in Moodle. For instance, we have the Moodle Development Kit that probably most of the developers in the room might know, the MDK, which was created by Frederic Massard, and it's something that people in HQ, at least, we are using a lot, because it helps us to push changes to the tracker and things like that. So, as Julia said, it's not only about always improve or creating things for Moodle. In our case, what we did was to create a tool to make life easier for people like Julia that wanted to access to test things that we have in Moodle. During my project week, I was investigating different approaches, and the thing that I liked the most was I started looking for the Gitpod tool. Gitpod, it's something that we were using in DevDocs, and I thought that it was a good idea for us to have it integrated with Moodle. Gitpod is a free cloud-based service. You only need a browser, an account in GitHub, GitLab, or Bitbucket, and then you have your Moodle site. It's up in around 5-8 minutes. It depends on the internet connection or if it's sunny or not, things like that. And depending on these things, it takes longer or not. Once you have access to your Moodle site, you can use the admin and test the admin user with the test as password, and everything is there. So that's all the things that I was trying to explain about Gitpod. This is the tool that I was using to integrate, to make it easier to have these Moodle testing sites. The main thing that you need to know is that you do need a browser. I think that everybody has a browser. The hardest part is going to be to have an account in GitLab, GitHub, or Bitbucket. Most of the developers will have probably the GitHub. If not, that's the one that I recommend anybody. It should be easy. And then if you access to this URL, you should be able to see and to test that you have your own Moodle site.
So yeah, like Sarah said, to get your own Moodle site, you just need to click on the link on your screen. The link is in the course as well, so don't worry about it. You need to log in with your GitHub account, which you need to create if you don't have one. That's very easy. Once you're logged in, you will see this. You just need to click continue. Easy. Then things will start happening, and your workspace is gonna start getting ready. After a little while, you're gonna see this. More things will keep happening in the terminal tab. You just let it run. You go do something else, come back in about 5 minutes maybe, and then you will see the next slide. Yeah. You will see this screen. So if you notice on the top right corner, there's a Moodle site. It's a bit small, the window, but this is your Moodle site. You can do two things to get it in full view. You can either click on the little box with the arrow at the top right corner, or you can go to the ports tab and get the URL from there. By the way, this is an actual site that's online, so you can also share the URL with someone else if you want them to also access this working site. Now, like Sarah said, to log in, you just need to put admin as user and test as password, and that's it. You have your own Moodle site up and running. Sarah, do you want to show us how it works?
Yeah, let's try it, right? It's like, yeah, Julia show you how it works. Now let's try. The idea is like everybody that is brave enough, try to follow us and do this step. If you have the GitHub account, it's going to be easier. That I'm going to skip this part. If you have your GitHub account or you want to create it in the meantime, you're free to join us. The only thing you need to know is that this URL that you can see below, the Moodle Me Gitpod URL that Julia shared in the screen right now. So let's go and test this. For testing purposes, I have this GitHub account. Is a different user to the one that I have usually. This user have never access to the Gitpod. So what I'm going to do, it's like I'm going here. I'm putting the URL, the Moodle Me Gitpod URL. Oh, Tom, I love you. You have it running. Okay, you beat me. So yeah, we have the first screen, as Julia mentioned before. It's like you need to log in. I can say that I want to continue with GitHub. The first time we'll ask a couple of questions. That's only the first time. After this, these questions won't be raised again. So I want to authorize Gitpod to access to my GitHub account. and I want to also authorize Gitpod to give these permissions. I confirm the password is this. And as Julia mentioned before, once I access here and I'm logged in Gitpod using my GitHub account, I have this page and I only need to click the continue. That's the only thing that you need to know to have your Moodle testing site. Continue, and then, as Julia mentioned before, we are preparing this. Things will start happening. Everything will be here. The editor will appear. We have the terminal doing stuff that we don't, it doesn't matter if you don't know what it's doing. It's kind of duplicating, cloning the code, Moodle, downloading it, preparing everything, getting ready for you to show the Moodle testing site. But you don't need to understand what it's doing. It's like you only need to trust and to wait for 5 minutes. So what we are going to do is to continue with the presentation, and then we are coming back here. Okay, so I hope that you are following these steps. Remember, the URL that Julia sent you is the key. That's the only thing that you need to have your own Moodle site. So let's back to the presentation.
Okay. So yeah, after
Well, there are some notes in the chat. I don't know if you would like to take them now because they are related to the process of what you are doing right now. So, or if you want to address at the end.
We can take them now.
Okay,
right, Julia?
says that Gitpod. Hugo says that the Gitpod have been changing their attire, and there is the classic and the new one. Are we able to use both?
I haven't tested it. It's like I have no time for testing it. In fact, I'm waiting for the project week that we have in April to continue working on this. I think so. I wouldn't expect it stops working, or is it because I think it's only a matter of the way they organize information. But I will. It's something that it's in our to-do list, and I'll take a look in April. So yeah, if it's a problem or it's something that it's going to make this stop working, we will fix it, because right now I think the UX team will kill us if they can't use this tool for their daily basis.
Well, we also have the course in the Academy that hosts this webinar. So I believe that any kind of series updates will go as well. So you can stay up to date through the course. Okay, Tom said that less than 5 minutes it's running, though Marisa said that GitHub asks for a lot more. I guess could be her first time. Kik also says that everything is okay so far. Marisa is asking, could you please go back to Workspace? Okay.
No, I think that she said that it's okay.
Yeah, she said it's okay now.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. So we can move on. I think we are good up to now. So please go ahead.
Thanks, Anna.
Thank you, Anna. So after Sarah launched this Gitpod thing, it really improved the way I work, because, in just a click, I had a Moodle site. And it was easy for me to test tracker issues, and we'll get to that later. But to test most of the issues, if not all, I needed the site to have courses, users, activities, and every time I would get a blank site. So yes, it was less time consuming because I could do things myself, but I had to do a lot of things before I could get to actually trying the thing I needed to try. So I reached out to Sarah again, and I told her, I think the first 30 times that I used Gitpod, I messaged her to thank her for Gitpod. And then I said, but, could we maybe do something so that it's even, more efficient? And then Project Week was coming again. So
exactly. So we were lucky, and Ferran Recio had this nice idea for creating a generator tool. This generator tool is available since Moodle 3.4, so we can also take advantage of this tool for different things. For instance, for testing purposes, we could create our scenarios and load them super easily. So instead of having to create them or to load backups, it's another way to create data. It's using VHAT generators. Probably, I know that it sounds super scary, especially for not developers, but it's not that hard, because if you try to read what this VHAT is saying here, you probably will understand it. Even Carlos will understand it. It's like it's trying to create a course, which is called course test, with 2 sections and completion enable, and it will have 3 different activities: 1 assignment, 1 book, and 1 choice. And I think that probably most of you will understand this. So probably copying other existing VHATs, you should be able to create these scenarios. If that's something you want to learn more, maybe that's something that you could trace to the Moodle Academy, because that's something that we could explain in the future, learning more about how this generator tool or about VHAT, because you now have the tools to use them. So yeah, okay. Going back to this project week that Ferran did, we have this generator tool. So what we did was to integrate this tool with Gitpod. So what we were doing, it was kind of create a basic scenario with some courses and users, activities in them. So we were running in the behind the scenes. So every time that Gitpod was was created, we have all this information, all this data created magically for Julia to save her to do some clicks. So
yeah. So for me, the end user of all of this, what this meant was now when opening Gitpod, I didn't get a blank site. Instead, I get a site that has 2 courses with teachers, students, and activities, which is what all of you will have got now if you have tried the URL as well. Okay, so like the good thing about this project is that it didn't only, help the UX team with our work, but it can also be used for many, many other things. For example, you can see it to try the latest version of Moodle. Like I think there's a small release once a week, Sarah. So once a week you can launch a site and see what's new. So for example, should we show something new?
Yeah.
Okay. Is your site ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here it is.
So now you're going to see something.
I'm going to open it in a new, instead of having it embedded here, we have the editor and the terminal, but by clicking this icon here, I can open it in a full browser. I think it's going to be easier for it.
Okay. So you log in again with admin as a user and test as a password. Okay, so we're going to show you something that's been released recently that you will see in Moodle 5.0, sorry. So yeah, you notice this new, when the user tour finishes? Yeah, there's this new tab called Activities, and this takes users to a page where they can view all the activities in the course and some information about each type of activity. This is tailored to each type of user. So in this case, we are the admin. So yeah, sorry, if you want to open assignments. So the admin can see the name of the assignment. They have the completion status in this case. They can see how many submissions have been done, and they have a button that takes them to grade the assignment. That's also what a teacher would see. Yeah. Or for example, feedback, I think is also implemented. Where the admin and teacher can see the name of the feedback, how many people have responded, and they can go to the responses. So yeah, this is something. And I'm not sure if we're going to make any more changes from now until the release, but if we are, you can check this page weekly using Gitpod and see the new ones.
I love that Mary is asking something that we will see in some of the use cases.
Yeah.
About the colorized icons. So yeah, these icons, you can see them. They are not colorized right now, but
yeah, we'll see.
Exactly. Thanks.
What else can we use Gitpod for?
Okay, let me go back here.
You can use it to try plugins, because when you launch a Gitpod site, you have admin access, which means you can install plugins to your site and try them in case you want to try them before you reach out to your admin and ask if they can install them for you. Now, a lot of Moodle plugins might not be compatible with the latest version of Moodle. You can also launch sites with older versions of Moodle through Gitpod. We're not going to explain this now, but it's all in the course, and it's also easy. But just letting you know, and that's possible. And maybe we can. Are we good on time to try a plugin?
Yeah. Maybe we can try the group choice. That's an easy one. Something that yeah. So I download it and it's here. Do you want to explain the steps, Julia, or should I?
You go ahead.
Okay. So it's like from installs plugin. I access here to this install plugin by zip. I download this zip file from the plugin directory. I only need to upload this file here and then follow the steps. So it's just, okay, everything seems to be ready. Validation is successful. Hopefully you can read my screen. I didn't ask before, but yeah, hope it's okay. And yeah, now is the standard process when you try to install any plugin. So yeah, something will be installed. Yes, in that case, the group choice, a plugin will be installed. You can upgrade the database right now. The plugin is installed in this site. And yeah, we have some settings for this plugin. That's also okay. And then once the process finishes, if I go back to the course that we were seeing before and I enable the edit mode, I should see one more activity in the activity chooser, the group choice. So yeah, it's here, we've enabled. And it's like, we were trying this activity, but you could also test themes or tools or anything that you want to test. It's that easy.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
Hugo asks, how can I launch a given Moodle branch? Meaning, how can I set up Gitpod with environment variables?
I love because they are eager to learn. That's something that we will see. I think it's probably the next point in our presentation. So yeah. It's not that it's like I will give you more information later, Hugo, but that's the thing that we are using for explaining this thing. As Julia mentioned, this project was born as a collaboration between she and me. It's like what we were trying is for her to test anything that we have in Tracker. And as I'm not sure if you are familiarized or not with Moodle Tracker. Let's see what Moodle Tracker is and what we did for helping her or anybody working with Tracker to test the issues that we have in Moodle Tracker. Moodle Tracker is the system that we use to manage all the issues that we have in Moodle. They can be bugs, so problems that we have in the software, but we have also in the Moodle Tracker the improvements or the new features. Anybody can log in Moodle Tracker, can register, and then can post their issues or can post patches or can comment or can vote, or it's accessible to everybody. The language is English. In the link below, you will find more information about Tracker. And if you are not familiarized, I highly recommend you to be, because sometimes it's easier for you to find some bugs or some improvements that have been reported previously, and you might want to help or to comment or to explain scenarios where this will help you. So yeah, you are more than welcome to register and comment on the existing issues or to create new issues, of course. And then what we did was to create a TamperMonkey script to integrate it with this Moodle Tracker. Moodle Tracker is a website, so we access to Moodle Tracker continuously every day. And TamperMonkey is a process extension that you can install in your local computer in any browser, like Chrome or Firefox. And once you have this extension, you can install scripts. We created one script to customize the Moodle Tracker page. So instead of having all the information undone, what we did was to add this opening Gitpod button that I will show in a different, because I think it's super tiny here, so it's really hard to see it. These are the steps that you need to, it's like if you use the tracker and you want to take advantage of this feature, these are the steps that you need to follow to install this Tamper Monkey extension, to install the script, and then to visit any Moodle tracker, and you will see this icon. This is also explained in the course, so I'm not going to explain you, we are not going to follow all these steps. It should be easy, and they are explained in the course, but if you have any question, feel free to raise them in the forum of the course. I'm going to show you right now this button, how it works. It's like what we have if you are using Moodle Docker. Is like by default, if you access to any issue like this, I'm not sure if you can see, but let me increase the font. We have the branches and everything is there, but there are no icon, there are no button there. What we did is like when you have the Tamper Monkey and when you have this script, is adding this open in Gitpod, which is the button that Julia and everybody in the UX team is using to open this specific branch. So in that case, they are not opening the latest main branch in Moodle. They are opening, for instance, in that particular case, the branch that, as Mary mentioned before, it's adding the colorized icons to the activities page. So when I open this, it creates a workspace with this particular branch, and the code is there. Hugo, I will share with you later some link to the place where it's explaining which parameters you need to post, or you can take a look at the URL, and as you will see in the URL, you can see the Moodle repository, and there is also a branch parameters. So that's the way that you can use to open your branch with your code, okay? Instead of having to wait 5 minutes to start this, I hope that you trust me, and I'm going to move this here. This is exactly what I created using this button. Here, as you can see, if I access to the Moodle directory, I can see the branch is not main, is that specific branch there. So if I logged in that page, remember, let me go back to our Moodle site. It's like we had this activities page. The icons were not colorized, so were white and black. And if I go to this branch and I access to the activities with this patch that Ferran created, here you can see that the icons are colorized. So yeah, it's a way for us to test that this patch is working as expected. And as you can see, it only takes one click because we had this link in the tracker. That's an idea. It's like for people knowing how to create this Tamper Monkey, maybe you are not using Moodle Tracker and you have your own system. You can also create your Tamper Monkey scripts for adapting them to your way of working. So it's also a good idea for you to, take and use on your way. Okay, yeah. I think that we can continue, right?
Yeah.
Demo. Okay, we also mentioned that we have the Gitpod. You can have your own development environment with Gitpod. So I know that might sound more technical or scary, but maybe that's something that you could also take as an opportunity to learn or to improve your technical skills in the future. Because I'm going to show you, for instance, how to edit one language file and to see the changes in that Moodle instance. That's something super easy. And again, I think that even Carlos will be able to try it. Sorry, Carlos, but I'm seeing your face, and I think it's not nice to say something bad what you did. Okay, let's try this part. Let's go to demo. How can I change the code and update some code? It's going to be easy and not hard. So for that purpose, I'm going back to the Gitpod whole screen. Here, as I'm going to down. In the Gitpod, I know it's super scary and there is a lot of files and code, and I know that usually you are going to hate this part, but here there is one folder which is called Moodle, which is the one that contains Moodle code. What I'm going to do is to open one lang file. So I'm going to go to the lang and for English, and then opening the Moodle file. And I'm going to edit. Okay, let me log in. Okay, see, I was logged in. I'm going to change this string. Here, I don't remember I don't remember the name of the.
Maybe you search dashboard.
My home, it was, yeah.
Okay.
Dashboard, Academy, webinar, for instance. I'm going to save. If I reload this page, this is not going to work because this is a string. So what I need to do before that is to go to site administration and pour caches. That's something that probably most of the developers know. Non-technical people is not familiarized, but it's only about coming here to the pour caches page, language strings for selected caches, something that probably most of the admins are also familiarized. And then if I'm back to the dashboard, I will see this title here. So I've been able to change the code of Moodle in my browser without doing any weird stuff, only opening the files that I have there in the folder and changing this. From the console, I can do anything. It's like I can push changes to my GitHub repository. I can do whatever I want because this is a VS Code embedded here. So it's like there are a lot of opportunities. So for instance, if you don't have your laptop with you and you need to do some Moodle changes, you can use Gitpod easily. There are a lot of usages. We've been using it for testing, for a lot of things. So I think it's nice and super easy. And last but not least, Julia.
Yeah. And another use case for Gitpod, and Tom was talking about this in the chat actually, is to do Q&A testing. Q&A testing is, Sarah, if you want to move to the next slide, because we have information there. Thanks. It's quality assurance testing, and this is something that we do before each release of Moodle, where we make sure that all the new improvements, features, and bug fixes are working. This is open to anyone, so anyone can help us test, and we really welcome everyone's help. In fact, the Q&A period for Moodle 5.0 is happening now. So if you want to get involved, Sarah's going to share a link in the chat, which is a message from Simei, our software test engineer, with all the information that you need to test. But it's testing issues is as easy as following the instructions on the issue step by step, doing them in your new Gitpod site and making sure that the results are what the test says. So we really encourage all of you to try this.
It's like anybody can contribute also to Gitpod. We are sharing here the documentation page of this project, where we try to improve the document and add more features and things that you can do with Gitpod. You can also share your ideas in the GitHub project where this project was implemented. It was mentioned before, I think what was Tom. It's based, it's like this integration was done using Moodle Docker. So Moodle Docker is executed behind the scenes in case you are familiarized. If not, doesn't happen. It doesn't matter to you. It's like it's working. That's the important thing. So feel free to share your ideas, to share any bug that you find or something that you think could be useful for people. They will be more than welcome. And as we mentioned before, we are happy to say that the course is now available. So everybody should now be able to access to different resources and activities that Mary prepared. Thanks a lot, Mary, for creating this course. It's really useful. I think people is going to enjoy it. It's kind of complementary to the information that we explained. It has more information, detailed information, as Julia mentioned before. You can see how to access to different Moodle branches or things like that. So you will find more information there. You can also see how to install the Tamper Monkey scripts and things like that. chat in case you are interested on accessing this, to see this open in Gitpod button in the tracker. So yeah, we are free to take the course and share your ideas and thoughts about it. And yeah, I think that we are done. We have a couple of questions just for us to know if you are still there and what were you able to achieve during the session. So let's go back to Club, and we would like to know who thinks they are capable of installing a Moodle site on a server, and who was successful in launching Gitpod during the session. So wow. We are happy. And if you were not able and you think it's not going to work for you, it's also okay to share this with us. It's feedback and we really appreciate it. So yeah. Not sure if there are any questions in the chat or there are comments or yeah. And remember, if you want us to present something in the future, like the big hat generators, that's something that you can share with the Moodle Academy team, and we'll be happy to prepare. Okay, that's an interesting question. Marisa is asking, how long do you have this instance? Is it bound to the process, right? It's like you can run them and they are up for 15 minutes. It's like if you stop doing things in your browser, they are also closed. So if you share just this URL, this public URL with anybody, and the people connects the next day or in a few hours, the link is not going to work. But you can always go to your dashboard and open them from there again. They are live. It's like they are not removed for 14 days. So it's like you can open as many instances as you want, but if you don't open them again in the future, they are automatically removed after 14 days, if not, I'm not wrong. And there is a limitation. You can only have 50 instances. So, but it's like I haven't run into this limit. Not sure about Julia.
No,
Julia,
no.
did you? No. Okay, so. And we haven't paid. It's like you have credits depending on the usage that you are doing. And for now, I have never need more time than the one that we have by default.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, we need to take a look at this, Hugo. The classic versus the new one.
Earlier one, yeah.
Yeah, not sure if I missed some questions because I was not reading all the time.
No, I don't think you've missed a question, but there are many messages for people thanking you because they find this is awesome, and I can share their excitement about this. Perhaps you don't know that Sarah and Julia presented this last year in the Global Mood, and yeah, everybody had, including me, exactly the same reactions as you do now. Very enthusiastic about this project. That's why we want to make it a course and keep it and offer it to everyone. Nadia. Okay, I've been asked to link it to my LinkedIn account and enter a code received by phone.
Yes, probably when you register to GitHub, probably. But yeah, it's only the first time. It's like we need to register in this system. So yeah, I think it was GitHub. I'm not sure. I don't remember because it was a long time ago when I registered.
Been some time.
Yeah. So, but that's. Yeah, but I think if that's okay for you, if not, you can try GitLab or Bitbucket. If they might be not. Maybe in that cases, if you don't feel comfortable sharing this data with them, that's okay. I don't remember the data that you need for Bitbucket or GitLab, but yeah.
It is from GitHub indeed. Can we ask more questions in the course when we try it out more? Marisa is asking, and of course, there is a discussion forum in the course. Be aware that the Moodle Academy courses are not facilitated, but probably some peer and some questions, if they are raised, can be addressed by others. I think I don't see anything else pending in the chat. So this is the end. Well, before I go to this, I see Lin, I missed the part of login credentials during presentation, but found everything in the course. The course is great. Thank you a lot for the time and effort. Thank you, Lin. Hugo said that maybe the branch info can go into that forum. So yeah, when it will be tested, sorry, it would be nice to have an update.
I share with Hugo the link that I mentioned before. In that link, inside the Moodle Docker project, there are all the parameters that the Gitpod supports currently, and you will see that there is the Moodle repository. This is more technical, but I know that Hugo will understand them. So yeah, and if you have any questions or doubts or ideas, you can share them in the projects or in the course discussion forum. Yeah.
Marisa is writing something. Are you the maintainers of this Docker container?
Yeah. This is it's in Moodle. It's like it's not Juliana. It's Moodle HQ, the ones that we are using this Moodle Docker project for a lot of things. It's like we are running our CI continuous integration infrastructure. We are using it for a lot of things. So yeah, we are maintaining them.
Yeah, so I guess we can say that it is the official container. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for the awesome presentation and the great interaction in the chat. I think we will continue on this. But if you have enjoyed this session, we would love you to consider getting involved further and help us to grow, contributing to the development of Moodle Academy. You can do this by visiting our Get Involved course, and you can nominate new courses, suggest ideas for webinars, and also you can vote on ideas that have been suggested by others already. Now, we are always on the lookout for community members to help present webinars and co-create short online courses. And we would love your help making Moodle Academy more inclusive. So if you are able to, please go to our Translate Moodle Academy course and get started with helping us translate our courses and webinars into other languages. Keep sharing and spread the word about Moodle Academy, of course, by telling your colleagues and about the courses and the webinars we offer and we run. So keep in mind that when you complete a course, you will earn a badge. And also, educators and administrators might like to think about getting Moodle qualified with a Moodle educator qualification or the Moodle administrator qualification. You can learn more about these qualifications from the Moodle qualifications blog in the Moodle Academy homepage. So thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you find this useful, and I hope to see you in the next Moodle Academies webinars, and of course, in the course too.